Hello, welcome. Thanks for watching. It's a bit of a solemn stream tonight because, well, there's lots of things going on that aren't worth celebrating, let's say. Um, but good for my mental health to do this, so I'm gonna do this because I'd want to do it anyway, so I may as well let you watch. I am going to try and clean up some stuff and fix some niggles tonight. I think a sense of order will be good. Converting a null, literal possible null value to null type. So I'm guessing get property returns. Yep. Okay. And so do this properly. I wonder what this does with null. A VStack made of nulls. Let's find out. Where's the add method? If view is null return. Excellent. Cool, cool, cool. Hello, Scott. Welcome. How are we? Hope your Wednesday's as good as it can be. Unboxing a possible null value. Indeed I am. That's an interesting one. Like, by casting the get value, I'm basically saying, hey, I know this is an int. So the fact that it's a nullable int, I'm still saying I know this is an int. But I guess it makes sense. No, I want to introduce local. Do. What? Control X value. Cool. I'll be finished this in a second. The main thing I want to do today is work out why my GitHub Actions are not working. Use int value. Now are you happy? Yay. Okay. And modify concept to catch a more specific allowed exception type or rethrow the exception. What the? This is... Oh, this is for if one of the layers is bad. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna go extract a method called game loop. Oh, I've already got a game loop step though. I was gonna call this game loop tick. No, okay. Yeah, this should be private. Do game loop step. And then I will just add an attribute on here. What am I doing? In source. There we are. Oh, we're unearthing all of the things. Didn't I leave this one on purpose because it was dodgy not to? Well, maybe not. Yeah, that. Oh, that's interesting. I can't do it for the inner one. Funny. Use compound. What? Oh, really? No, go away. I'm going to configure this code style. Use compound. I'm going to say... Now, see, if I say false, does that mean it's going to stop me doing compound? Let's find out. Did that work? I feel like that's the thing I always do and never works. Yeah, see, editor config has not been changed. This is... I've run into this bug at least a half dozen times, and I always forget to log it. Really? That doesn't... Oh, I know what that is. That's the wrong editor config file. That's the one I set up for comment. I want this editor config file. All right, now let's see what happens if I... Now will you know where my editor config is? False. Yay, now it worked. Okay, cool. Use var, sure. And bad move. I agree. All right, cool. So let's do this, and let's really? Oh yeah, I added a thingy. All right, so let's see what's wrong with our GitHub Actions. We have no pull requests, so that's cool. The problem is releases. So this release is 817K, and I did download it the other day, I believe. Let me do this off screen just in case. Trains.net. Well, it's not the same one, but it's close enough. It has a bunch of files in it, and they look cool on the surface, but this is 171K, right? The problem is, if I try and run it, nothing happens. If I go to the real directory on my machine and go .NET, oh hang on, let's just make sure we clean things up first. So if I just go in here, I'm just going to delete the bin directory. Cool. So if I build .NET build, this is the same command that I'm doing in GitHub Actions in my CI. But watch what this produces. I thought when I looked at this, I remember looking at this last week and thinking, oh, it doesn't have the native skier DLLs. And I figured it was something, go away virus scan. I figured it was something wrong with my conversion of the projects to to .NET Core. And it might be, but I'm less convinced now. So, whoops, wrong button. Where did I keep that open? I did. So if we now go to the bin, release, .NET Core App 3.1, and we look, this folder is the same. See this exe here? It is 265 kilobytes, and the DLL is 116 kilobytes. The one from GitHub Actions is 171 and 17 kilobytes respectively. That is not very big. Now, it could be, well, I guess it could be a PDB thing. Although I don't know why it would embed more. Like if this has got embedded PDBs, maybe that's got a 5K PDB. This one has, still a 5K PDB. I just don't know. I don't know why this is so small, and I'm not really sure how to find out. Let's look in ILSpy for a second, which is on the wrong monitor. So ILSpy, so this is the one from GitHub, and it loads. So it's not corrupted. That's the wrong namespace. I should fix that. Oh, see, there's not much in this actually. Maybe actually 17K is probably right, because there's really not much in this. I've even got my train, so there's even a picture in here. That's very interesting. So then what's in the other one? So this one is positively huge at 116K. What is in here? Nothing much. Differences in SDK version. I definitely there's going to be a difference in SDK version, because this is presumably .NET 5 built. Yes, .NET 5. That's what I'm trying to say. I wonder if I can see portable PDB. Yes, okay, so the PDB is the same. Can I see what version of the SDK it was built against? Doesn't look like it. This assembly has nothing interesting. Microsoft Code Analysis. Is this my embedded attribute? Okay. And this is the nullable attribute? Yeah. I wonder what the embedded attribute does. I don't know that one. SDK is definitely a possibility. Let's have a look at... So the EXE being much bigger here. I think that's okay because this one has the icon, and I'm pretty sure this version I downloaded didn't have the icon. So that makes sense. It's the DLL list. So trains.net.engine, let's say, 42k. Trains.net.engine, 42k. Comet 18. Comet is 18. So it looks like really it is just the WPF one. And it would be, I mean, yeah, the SDK is right. If I do .NET version, yeah, so I'm using .NET 5 because I've got that installed. Action is going to be 3.1. I mean, the project targets 3.1 though. So either way, they're building against the 3.1 runtime. But yeah, this is building with the 5.0 SDK. The thing that's really weird though is let's assume for a minute that the version of the SDK is responsible for the size difference. I kind of don't mind that. Like, that's not really the problem. The problem is this one doesn't run. So there's 32 items there. Oh, there's a runtimes folder. Oh, ha, look at that. I didn't notice that. I just saw these localized folders. Okay, so if I move this out to over there, I've just copied 12 folders onto my desktop for no reason. Okay, now does this run? Okay. Oh. Okay, nope. That doesn't make any sense. Do I not need the native DLLs? That's really weird. There's 32 items now at least. Okay, hang on. Let me get the runtimes folder and move it into here. Oh, it moved all of them. Okay, fine. Move on. Does this run? Okay, this one now runs. That's very, very interesting. Where is this one finding native DLLs from? Okay, let's do some more experimentation. Let's grab that file and shove it on the desktop. So there's nothing in its parent folders that should let it find a native DLL. The virus scanner is just doing a virus scan of that exe. Okay, that works. Traversing back down. Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking if it was traversing back down. But see, now it's not. This isn't even on the same hard disk. This is so weird. Okay, hang on. Let me delete these again. Let me just put these in a new folder over here on my desktop so I don't lose them. Oh, yeah, over there. Yeah, no, see, this doesn't run. This one doesn't run without the runtimes. This one does. Should we look at what's in these JSON files? Let's have a look. Okay, do these mention the runtimes folder? No. So this says .NET 3.1. Oh, hello. Oh, that's interesting. Probing paths. Ah. But that's not going to be a runtime. Oh, it does say runtime options. That's interesting. So runner admin, that's the GitHub user person. That's funny. I wonder if this is interesting. And do I need all this rubbish? Probably do. Okay, that's interesting. So then let's have a look at this one in code as well. Let's see what debug view pops the error. Oh, well, don't cheat. I don't want to. Sorry, got distracted by my phone. So this still says 3.1. That's good. Doesn't say 5. This is the same. This is now my thing. So it could be finding stuff out of packages. I'll ask you in 10 minutes what the error is. Okay, so yeah, it could be still looking in packages to find stuff. So, continuing the trials then, what if we delete these files? And I'm just going to move them off to my folder. Now does this one run? Aha! Oh, that's funny. To run this up, you must install .NET Core. That's cool. Okay. Where's VS Code? This one. Oh, I don't remove the files. Which one is the one? Okay, let's try putting in just the runtime config. So that is that one. We'll put that into here. Okay, now it knows about .NET Core, but is it going to run the app? No. Okay, so it's got to be the NuGet path was allowing it to find the native binaries, maybe. So if we put back the runtimes directory, this is good. I didn't know anything about this stuff in .NET Core. I possibly should have. Oh, I was so sure that was going to work. It seemed to take longer. Okay, let's do this. Grab that runtimes, put it there. And let's grab the Win64-bit DLLs. And let's pop them in here. So now they're local files. Yes, okay, cool. That's very, very interesting. That makes total sense though. And then presumably if I comment this out again. Yeah. Okay, so cool. So what I can do, I wonder if there's a way to say .NET build runtimes. You can post the error now. I assume it's cannot load libscarp.dll. I should quit Slack because it's making public noises. Error assembly specifying the application dependencies manifest. Depths was not found. Oh, half by sharp. Okay, so I've got the other one first. Cool. It's Win64. That's really interesting. The path was runtimes Win64, but when I put that path there, it still didn't run. I had to copy the files locally. That's very interesting. Anyway, how do I do this? Check what's in the runtime targets of the deps.json. So the runtime targets. This one? .NET Core. Do you mean this one? No, additional programs. Runtime options? Yeah, no, this one. Runtime target. Oh, there's lots of runtime targets. Yeah, see that? So that's it. Oh, no, I removed that file. Ah, okay. So that's right. Cool. So maybe this is like binding redirects for .NET Core, where it's saying, hey, if you need this, get it from here, or possibly here, or possibly here, or possibly here. Yeah, depending on the RID. That's cool. So now, interestingly, so we're also not specifying a RID at build time, but I can do that because this is only Windows. So what happens if I go runtime identifier? I believe. I think that's what it is. I wonder if that will. I wonder if that has any. Well, firstly, I wonder if it has any effect Runtime identifiers. Yep, runtime identifier. Yeah, cool. I wonder if that has any effect on build or if that only affects publish. I mean, I maybe should be using publish for all of this. I don't know. But let's find out. Let us remove the bin directory once. Oh no, we already did. So let's do a build again. Did I remove the bin directory? I kind of don't trust myself. Go back. Yes, I did. Okay. This is where I get a bit weird, and I'm a minimalist, and I don't want to include those 3 JSON files. Well, it looks like I have to include one of them, but I don't really want to include the other 2 JSON files in my download, so I'm not going to. Makes sense why the single file publish was so big compared to just the main DLLs. Yes, it does. Although that also copied in the whole framework. Okay, so now what's here? Oh, so now we just have a Win64 thing. Okay, and now have I got... Oh, now we're back to all the native DLL, all the managed DLLs as well. That's interesting. Okay, so now did it copy in the native stuff? Excuse me. Lib. Yes, it did. Okay, how big's this folder? Do I want to just distribute this? Do I care about file sizes? 144 meg. That's ridiculous. I don't know. I mean, I don't know who's downloading this anyway, but is asking them to install .NET Core the worst thing in the world? Also, this still has paths in it, which is just silly. This at least doesn't. Maybe I should just do the whole thing. Oh, framework dependent. Oh, that's... Now, I'm pretty sure that is a published thing. I'm pretty sure that's a published thing. Deployment, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so I sort of have 2 options, I guess. I can either do a publish properly, specify framework dependent, and it'll package everything up, or I could do a build without specifying the runtime identifier. Grab most of the files from the release directory, which I'm doing now, and then just grab those 2 files at a runtime. Let's have a look what the publish dialog box will do. Because if I can create a publish profile, then doing a publish is probably the correct thing. I don't want to publish to IIS. Folder. Folder. Yes, that's what I want. All right, bin release for today. Yeah, sure. Wait a minute. Let me get rid of this and see if that changes the options. Interesting. Is it really not going to give me any options? Okay. So release any CPU, 3.1, yes. Right, framework dependent, that's what I want. Portable. I'm guessing that's the one that, yeah, must include them all. So I want to say Win64, but framework dependent. Enable ready to run. That'll make it faster, but nah. Okay, and then bin release netcore app publish. You know what? What I should do, actually, I wonder if this will store a relative path. D drive code trains. If we do that / publish, save that. No, I want a relative path. All right, so hang on. Now I gotta. So it was here. So we're .. / publish. Okay. That one. Okay. Save. Now, did it put the publish profile somewhere? Maybe. Oh, really? We don't even get a file for it anymore? Folder profile. Rename to I don't even know. I just want to call it publish because that's what it's doing. All right, let's see what this does. Do we get a folder called publish? No, we get errors. We get warnings. Cannot read state file. Okay. I know it's still going. Publish started. Okay, it succeeded. It went to the right directory. That's good. What did we get? Publish. All right, I don't want that. That's fine. But I got that. I got my libs. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. These aren't in the thing. Okay, this looks cool. Oh, and I didn't get... I didn't get that file that has the extra probing paths, which is what I want. I think. So... Yep, that's fine. This I don't care about, but sure. Yeah, okay, this looks good. This looks good. I really don't like that. All of these. How big are these? Are they worth worrying about? 300k. I don't know. It's not that I don't like localization. I just know they're never exposed. Yeah, 10 meg. All right. So maybe we just publish that. It's got a nice icon. All right. So now test number 2, 3, 7. I don't know. If this doesn't create a profile, does this save in here? Nope. Where would... Oh, properties. Ah, properties published. Oh, interesting. It's in the git ignore by default. Huh. Okay, that's fine. I would like to add it though. Which I'm guessing I need to do manually. Pity can't do single file framework to find it trimmed. I can do that. Didn't I try that and it was just really slow to start up or something? I mean, you can totally do that. True. Self-contained. Let's see, how do we do this? So .NET publish. I don't even know the command to get help. Oh, really? No, I don't. Okay. So .NET publish. Oh, I can just pass in all these things then. .NET publish project solution. All right, so if we go .NET publish, so let's see, we want to output to the publish directory. We want framework net core app 3.1. We want runtime, runtime win x64. We want configuration release. We want manifest self. We want -- self-contained. No, that's published. This. No, I don't want self-contained. I want no self-contained. Publish .NET runtime with your application. Oh, sorry. Publish your application as a framework dependent. Yes, that's right. No dependencies. Do not restore project to project references. What? Okay. There's no single file here, which is annoying. So I wonder if I can go /p publish single file true. Let's find out. Let's remove the publish directory. Oh no, not the trans.net directory. Oh dear. Okay, remove the publish directory. I think... Oh, can you do -p instead of /p? Yeah, I can try that. Although it's not listed here. So dash dash, what dash dash does is it means that everything after here is then a parameter that's sent to the underlying thing, which in this case is ms build, which then means you do slash build. But yeah, let's try that. I mean, I'm happier not checking in an XML file, so if this does it, whoa. Publishing single file is only supported for executable applications. Oh, okay, so I need to specify the project. That is source slash change.mat.wpf, change.mat.wpf.csproj. Do I need to delete the publish directory again? I do. Oh no. Hey, it's a 10 meg exe. Oh, I think that worked. I think that worked. He just failed every other project, but then it got one that it worked for. Oh, I think it looks good. Publish. I mean, the real test will be, I guess, doing this on CI. Hey! Alright, okay. Now, can I do publish trimmed as well? Let's try it. So, dash p publish trimmed should, in theory, run the trimmer over it, and I think this only removes unused DLLs though, so there's probably not many of them. Optimizing assemblies for size is not supported for selected publish configuration. Oh, okay, so it only trims if you do the full framework. Oh, fair enough. Yeah, publish ready to run is NGen essentially, and that one I don't really care about. It would speed up startup time, but our startup time's not slow. But an engined DLL is going to be bigger than a non-engined DLL, so this is probably better. But I'm happy with this, producing a single exe, because then I don't even need a zip file. Is it bad form to just have a release as an exe on GitHub? Do people not try? I don't know. Let's copy this and let's go here. No, here. All right, so we still need to do a build because I still want to do a test, I guess. No, actually, .NET Test should do a build, right? I don't even know. Let's find out. When in doubt, let's find out. I didn't mean for that to rhyme quite so much, but I will. Yeah, it build. Thank you. Thank you, Marcus. And welcome to the stream. Excuse me. 2HD. Okay, well, if .NET Test builds, yes, then I don't need .NET Build. I don't need zip. So I need to publish. Whoa. Okay. Publish. And then I want to run. Okay. Technically, test and publish should be - no build, so you test and release the same files. I don't care. Yes, I did think about that, but I don't care. Okay, so publish. Okay, now hang on. Publish is going to the publish directory, so we need to. Where's our upload artifact? Okay, so. All right, so this is now /publish/ trains.net. Oh, am I going to need to? Does the file name? No, I think I only put that in the zip file for convenience. I think that should be okay. I also am going to rename this thing because this is a silly enterprise software. Yeah, it's content type. What's application exe? I guess I don't even know. Upload URL. Okay, so the release name. Yeah, that definitely needs the version. That's cool. I think that's fine. I was actually thinking I might have to upload the binary log from the build to identify this issue, but well, I don't need to. Let's get rid of white space because it's YAML and it probably is going to fail. Okay, done and published. Family 4, Win64, release, no self-contained, publish single file. That path is correct. Is this running inside? Do we care about slashes? I don't think so. Yeah, let's give it a go. Oh, that needs to be a slash. All right, let's give that a go. Do that, do that, do that, do that. This can stay the same. Probably could get rid of that too, but who cares? All right, awesome. Publish. Let's see on build. And just for good measure, because I don't trust most anything, I want to get rid of that folder. And actually, let me double check. This hasn't got its way into here, has it? No. I hate the properties folder. Okay, cool. Let's push and see what happens. There it is. Waiting for a machine. While we're waiting, should we do a Sudoku? Oh dear. I've taken up watching one Sudoku video every night before I go to bed. It's quite relaxing. Okay, build. It's building. Maybe I need an OBS. I need an OBS scene that pops up this image just while we're waiting. I love that one. Go GitHub Actions. I love how it looks like it's doing 2 at once. Well, maybe it is. Now it's doing 3 at once. It's running tests before it's checked out GitHub Actions. Watching Sabbath is never relaxing. Well, when the stakes are pretty low with this one. Why is this one stuck? Weird. Oh, it is actually still going too. Maybe it does do them in parallel. Check out GitHub Action. No, it must have done that before it does this one. That's the one that checks out the code. I don't know. Or is that like the master one and the rest are nested under that? No, that's a different step. That's really weird. Either I don't understand anything about CI or that's a UI bug of GitHub. Although this timer still goes up. I don't know. As long as the test pass. As long as there are tests. Maybe it's running 0 tests because it hasn't checked out the code yet. Ah dear. Run.NET test. Yes. Test. Build your code before it even knows about it. Yeah, well, yeah. Uses heuristics to guess whether your build would have passed. It's like, this probably failed anyway. Ba-bow. Oh, I just noticed my OBS setup is not ideal. There we are. I couldn't see if my microphone was muted. I'm pretty sure you would have mentioned it if I was muted up until this point, and I'm pretty sure your chat messages wouldn't have been so perfectly timed. But there you go. Yeah, 525 tests. Whoa. All right, we're publishing. The thing with no build, right, is so actually this shouldn't do any builds either. Like, MS Build is smart enough not to build if it doesn't have to. I trust MS Build. So I don't really care about no build. If I was doing something super fancy where, excuse me, where it broke MS Build's ability to do that. Oh, actually, I guess maybe Nerdbank Git version does that. Anyway, I don't care. We have release. 14 seconds ago. It is 129. We have 1 exe. It is 10 meg. It's a good size. I'm going to cough now. Thank you. Go, internet. Oh, dear. Oh, Australian internet. No, I shouldn't say that. It's totally my fault. I'm cheap. I only pay for 25 megabit. And my wife's watching Netflix in the other room. So. What am I getting? Oh, only 11. Oh, 13. Okay. Oh, I don't know. There you go. Download faster. I guess this hasn't had a chance to spread out to the CDNs yet anyway. Do. Come on. Go. I don't like this. Yeah, I gotta rename this. I think maybe that's what we'll do. Let's do some more cleanup. If this works, I'm gonna fix up this project name because trains.net.wpf is just, quite frankly, stupid. It was blocked. No. Keep. It's mine. No, it won't. Just let me do the thing. Grr. Now I've lost it. Oh, yep. Oh, I need a certificate. I hope it works on your machine, Adrian. Please test. Please find out. There you go. Now you can download one exe and it should work on your machine. And look, it even has the version number in the title bar. And it's even right. HDB. Ha! You and your don't build more than once. Take that. Cool. Awesome. I feel very happy. I also feel kind of sad because the closer the easier it is for someone to download and run this game, the worse I feel about how crappy the UI looks. But we'll try to ignore that, shall we? I haven't started my own project. Really? What? Are you supposed to? Is that a thing people do? I can do that. Yay, 37. Hey, that's not bad. After watching so much video of this app, I kind of feel to be able to actually interact with it. Well, you know what? That's I agree. I really kind of want to put telemetry in it to like phone home, just because I'm really curious who's actually run this thing. I think it's awesome that it actually works. It's kind of at this point. I keep talking about this to various people, that it's kind of at this point where I need to work out like, what does it do? Because at the moment you can watch trains go around, but it's not exactly a game. All right, let's do some cleanup. I'm sorry, I really just can't be bothered doing features today. I don't know why. All right, Comet UI. This is a silly thing. We're gonna call this just UI. And trains.net. Should I just call it trains? Now we find there's actually an NS agent. Yes, that's it. I put in the telemetry in trains and then I slowly sneak in the back doors. There's something about, there is something about, oh, that's not the right folder. There's something about exes with .net in them, or like it looks, is it a domain name? Is it a program? I don't know. So I kind of just want to call it trains, but that's kind of taken, but yeah, I'm just going to do it. Let's call it trains. Now, did that rename the file? It did rename it. Okay, that renamed the thing. You know what? Let's go the whole hog. Oh, but you see, but the repo is still called trains.net. Because, yeah. Nah, alright. We'll leave the solution. We'll just rename the project. We can rename this one. So this will just be trains. Yeah, actually that's okay, because the JavaScript version 1 that was called trains never had an exe. This is trains. Oh, I want to change this as well, actually. Yeah, I want to do that. Okay. This is where, and I feel guilty doing this, but it's just easier doing this outside of VS. It just is. Simple as that. Because I can just go here, trains. Oh, what? Come on. What have I got open? Oh, have I got VS Code instances? Dragon. Okay. Now we go here. We open up the code. Play trains. That's not bad, but I mean, I guess the domain has been purchased, just not by me. Trains. Oh, that. Okay, so that should work. Close it down. Reopen new. Do a build, and my taskbar shortcut is broken, which is good. Trains McTrain face. Feature request to have rename project also rename the folder. Yeah, I don't want to. Well, I mean, like save as. Wait. Does save as do that? I don't even know. I don't want to get into that argument now. The problem is, it's like, does everybody who say, when they do save as project, do you want to move the files, or are you happy with the files in the same place? And, where the files are doesn't matter. I don't have the energy. Cool, this works. Yeah, this says trains.net. Oh, it says train.net. That's actually worse. How did I manage that? Train.net. That's there. Ugh. No. There. Oh. Oh, right, that's Comet. Okay. I forgot about that. Which means this comes from here and here. Train.net. Look at that. Horrible. Let's call it trains. And that's the other thing I wanted to do. I'll fix up this. Oh, this is now just trains. This is now just trains. There's 2 key shortcuts to create a new class file and trigger rename on both class and file. Is there a 2 key shortcut to create a new class? I do not believe so. There is a extension written by Mads Christensen that is just add new file, and it just puts a text box there, and you just type and press enter and it's done. And presumably you can bind a keyboard shortcut to that, but okay, so this is brains.main window. This is grayed out, and that looks wrong. So let's go with that. Good, and then app.xml, same thing. That was already wrong though. I don't know anything about WPF, so I don't know if you need the local stuff. Does this build? At the moment, I just dump another class into the file, then use Control Dot to move to a new file. Wait, can you do that? I didn't think we had. I think that's ReSharper. Oh yeah, move to foo. Oh, cool. It's not a bad idea. I don't really create new classes very often. Oh yes, I gotta change. Ah, dear. Renaming projects. Like, yeah, so you want a single gesture rename. I don't blame you, because it's painful. But, there's no way anyone is going to be able to have a meeting where everyone agrees on exactly what steps are done for a rename project. Do we go through and change all the namespaces? In fact, even just the fact that namespaces aren't tied to folder names. Like, if I rename this, well, see, this should probably be trains.storage, right? And this should be trains.handlers. And then if I rename this, that should automatically change the namespaces. And I think ReSharper does that, but we don't. Because then it's like, well, it's got to be opt-out, or it's got to be, whatever. And yeah, it's just not that easy to design those features. It's easy to demand the things you want. But sadly, that doesn't help anybody else. Would that it did. Trains.handlers. Okay, it builds. It maybe runs. Maybe, yes, it runs. So I'll pin that to the taskbar. Excellent. All right, what is next? There's got to be more cleanup to do because there's a lot of crappy code here. I should have put some to-dos. Did I fix all this? Source trains, transgxc, transgxc. Okay, cool. So that should work. Oh, push it up just to test. Right. Trains. I don't like that. Not. Should I move that out? Oh, I don't even know. Not comment. Not comment. Wrong one. Game. Engine. Rendering. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? I could fix up some of this. Because there's a bunch of these. What was it? Where's the arc? That's not there. Is it on the path? Yeah, see this arc 2. Where this one is called, I think, is one of the... Yeah, see this one is called with 1, 2, 3, 4 values, but there are 8 parameters. And in this, there's only one option. And this, there's only one option. So I could just basically pass in position for this one. Not de-wrap them, just clean them up, but then that makes them super opinionated and is maybe a problem. Like, can you imagine arc 2 and then just passing in a position? That seems so wrong. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just keeping... I don't know. Property on a folder set use namespace. Yes, that is correct. I've been in this discussion. Yes, a property on here to say whether it's included as part of the namespace, because I could have, for example, storage. I might have stuff under there, but I don't want them all to just say storage, right? Could have that. So the problem is, how do you represent a folder in a project? At the moment, you don't. So as soon as you change the thing, we now have to edit your folder, which we do store folders in the project, but only if they're empty. And it's like, yeah, it's a whole thing. I should clean up all this comment out code. Oh, look, there's why. Do I not have full solution analysis turned on? Just when you think you've cleaned everything up. Full solution. Entire solution, yes. Well, that's just annoying. I also want that on. I do not want separate groups. I don't mind procedure line separators, actually, if I'm honest. Sure. All right. Well, that's just annoying. What am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing? All right, let's check the GitHub. Maybe I'll do something real. See, now I can't be bothered doing cleanup. I should write some tests. What do we got? What do we got? What are we doing first? I kind of want to see about this one. I feel like viewports should be something we do soon, so we have more space. I don't love how small this window is, and I don't love how kind of exacting this drawing is. Like, I mean, yeah, well, the fact that it doesn't redraw is annoying, but viewports would be interesting. So viewports would be the idea where you can just pan around, essentially. And there's maybe no limit. Oh, have we got a performance issue back again? Oh, I guess the grid's that much bigger. That's interesting. Let me get rid of some tracks. Oh, geez, it's terrible. Okay, tracks draw time is 10 milliseconds. Ooh, why is this so bad? Skier draw time is... Yeah, we're almost up at 16 milliseconds altogether. So, didn't this get super fast when we went to .NET Core and now it's gone slow again? And the train's still fast. The trains still work. Oh. Do I need to do something about speed? I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world to fix speed issues. Ew. It's horrible and chunky. What's the test coverage? It's actually not that bad. Oh, this is really slow. I don't like it at all. I really should do some performance work. What's the test coverage? Good question. From memory, it's not the slowest thing. It's not the worst thing in the world. It's like maybe 70%, I think. I guess it was a while ago when I did it. There is a lot of code that is not. Like there's all the train movement code is like, well, the collision detection code is not well tested. And even if it's covered, like it's probably covered by a bunch of tests, but that doesn't mean it's well tested. So yeah, so it's almost 60%. I was gonna say it's almost 70%. I guess I saw the 30 and stopped looking. That's not the worst thing in the world, but yeah. Oh look, even test deal or something. I kind of don't like how much this is broken down. Like display class. Like thanks for that. I get why it's there, but it's kind of annoying. 80% for the game board. Like that seems way too high. The game board has all of the track movement, the train movement. It has all of the collision detection. It just seems way too high. Clear all. No, we don't have any tests for clear. In fact, I'm surprised that's covered at all, but there you go. Ooh, load tracks. Let's get terrible coverage. Remove, get rows. Boring. See, like, where's game loop step? This one, 80. Oh, do game loop step. This one, 86%. So if you look at it, except for like, so it's all covered except for stopped trains and pause. Well, pause, it turns out, means that none of the tests have collisions. Like, so it seems decent as far as 86% goes, because there's no magic number for what's good. It seems like a good enough number, but none of the tests test anything to do with collision, which means all of this code down here, well, I mean, you can see it there, like this code is not covered, right? And all of this code and anything to do with this taken tracks, it might be covered, but essentially this dictionary is never used. It's just written to in the tests. So yeah, but they're also really hard and annoying to write. I should do something. I wouldn't say I understand the collision code because I didn't write it anymore. But let's think about viewports. Because right now, like, how do we use these tracks? So we set them via a key, but that's just saving us a search. We could look, right? The tracks store their column and row, so we could look through and find the column and row for the tracks. We have that convenient, again, we could loop through and look. I think for all of these, like the dictionary's not buying us a lot. So if we just had a list of tracks, then essentially your rows and columns would be unbound. Well, I mean, I guess they're unbounded even in a dictionary. Yeah, maybe that doesn't matter. I feel like the column and row might be arbitrary numbers. So I wonder what we can do about this. Question number one would be, how do we do the UI for panning around? I guess we have a pan tool, maybe. We could do that. We have the pointer tool. So if I click and drag with the pointer, let's see how hard that is. If I click and drag with the pointer, it will change essentially the starting point. Oh, this is really gonna... no, I want to... No, we need to look at the performance first. Because otherwise this is just going to really ramp up the problems. Unless we know... Clicking follow on a train will be awesome. I agree. Clicking follow on a train will be awesome. Okay, when we draw... I guess let's have a look at this. So when we draw... Ugh, go away. Code coverage. Ugly. When we draw, do we know... we get given a canvas. But we do get a dirty rectangle as well. So if we can... Yeah, so no, that's okay. Actually, no, we don't even need the dirty rectangle. We know when to stop drawing. So we can know... Can the app be profiles? I mean, yes, that's... It certainly can. There should be no reason why it can't. Instead of clearing... Well, even if we clear... All we need is for the board renderers to know where our viewport is, because then in here, instead of getting the width and height, oh, this is a bad example, track layout renderer, in here, well, we can loop through all the tracks and we just say, hey, if our column and row is outside the bounds of what we want, just don't draw it. But yes, or we do back buffers first, which we probably should, because tracks, we don't need to render tracks every single frame. It's kind of silly. Let's just quickly do some performance, not code analysis. No. What? Where's the performance profile? I have lost the performance profiler. I thought it was in the analyze method. I don't want to debug. Oh, really? Oh, look, there you go. Thank you. Did that move? No. Okay, let's look at, yep, CPU usage. I have a settings icon. Sure. Switch to release configuration. Okay. Let's see if this works. I think I tried this once before, and all it did was sit there spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning after I stopped collecting. And it was, yeah, analyzing, but we'll see. Okay, so what do we want to do? We want to draw some tracks. See, that's fast again now. I guess release. Yeah, there we go. Now it's slow. Oh my god. Okay, stop. That'll loop. Be interesting to see debug versus release. Well, we can do this. What do we download? Where is it? ccolon/users downloads train. It's that one. Now we wait for 5 minutes. Yeah, I mean, if it's only 5 minutes, great. But as I said, last time this just didn't finish. So, ooh, so slow. Yeah, I should just do rendering to a buffer. Maybe we'll start writing the code for that while we wait for this. Oh, can I use VS? I can. I just have this window in the way. We'll just leave that down there. All right. So how would we do? Let's think about how we would do rendering to a buffer. So I guess what the way I think would be interesting to do it would be to do it at the level of this renderer. So basically, the game can store the image that the renderer last rendered it, and if it doesn't need to, it simply doesn't call the renderer here, it just renders its saved image. So the question is, how does it know when it's rendered, when it needs to render? This is an interesting question. We could just have a dirty flag So this renderer could have a dirty flag. How does it know when its layer is dirty? It can listen to the game board, and the game board can fire events when the tracks change. That'll work. I don't suppose it has to be any fancier than that, maybe. I guess it also needs to listen for when the track parameters change, but that's okay. We can do events on that as well. Did I do that? No. Probably need to. For comment. Layer by layer. Yeah, so the game would, well, assuming I'm getting the game would, essentially these are layers. I probably shouldn't call them layers, but they are. That's how I think of them. So for each layer, it can just only call render when it needs to. So the grid renderer, for example, it would just have is dirty equals false. It would never be dirty because it gets rendered once and that's it. And the game can just go blip and plop it on the screen. Tracks would listen to tracks. Trains, for simplicity, would probably always just return true. And then I guess train look ahead would return true. Happiness would listen for tracks. Diagnostics would return true. I mean, that might work. Tracks being the biggest problem, that probably solves it. And actually, Scott, I know you did. Here, this one. Time to whip out a cacheable layer renderer base class. Cacheable. Oh, yeah, I mean, I guess trains don't have to be cacheable, but I don't know. So Scott did this thing, and yeah, it's all in corn track, which probably means it's all in Skier Sharp's matrix transforms, which means there's probably nothing I can optimize, or at least that I know of. All right, so let's try this. All right, so what are we going to do here? We are going to go. We need a dictionary of layers to I don't even know. And oh, these can't be skier things. We are abstracted from skier here. That's very interesting. That's very, very interesting. We are abstracted from skier. So our canvas is gonna have to store the thing. Long last timestamp. Long last timestamp? I'm not sure what that means. I wasn't thinking we'd use a timestamp for anything. Like, I guess you could say, hey, only draw the tracks every 10 seconds, but I'd rather just hook up to changes, I think. Yeah, so the game needs to be able to, so here, we basically need to be able to say if renderer is dirty, high layer renderer long of when it was last updated. Oh no, I wasn't thinking about when it was last updated. I don't care when it was updated. I was thinking about how I store the actual image. So basically, draw image, but then what do I pass in there? Because I can't pass in an SK bitmap. Well, I guess I just need a wrapper, right? And actually this render needs to not render to a canvas, it now needs to render to a bitmap. Well, maybe that's the answer. Yeah, I need to write it on the wrapper, I know. That's really annoying. Well, I mean, caching being part of the wrapper is... It's not the worst thing. Essentially means you have a canvas dot renderer and then it does the caching. That means it can use SK bitmaps, which makes sense. And that means it can construct a bitmap and do a canvas and whatever. All right. Let's think about this then, because I don't actually know how in Skia to draw to a bitmap. So how do we do it? How do we do it indeed? So what do we have? We have an unaligned canvas. Can I get a bitmap? I can draw a bitmap. It takes an SK bitmap. Okay. Excuse me. How do we construct a bitmap? Image info. Can I get my image info? No. Wait a minute. Image info. Was that on? Is that on? Where was the thing? Wasn't there was something else? There was something that had a canvas and an image info, but I can't remember what it was. It's definitely not this. Grr. Override draw. Let's have a look at draw. Drawable control. SK surface, that was it. Oh no, image info. Oh, interesting. But annoyingly, that's not passed through to us by Comet. Ah, dear. All right. Okay. So, width, height, color type, and alpha type. Well, width and height I'm sure we can get, right? No? Okay. Well, we can pass it through. Color type? What the? No. What? SK color type. Type. Yeah, I really want to get it from here. Oh, that's annoying. That's annoying because, yeah, that means I want the surface. I want this E. Oh dear. That's annoying. Alright, hang on. What about thinking about this the other way though? Okay, let's assume we've had a bitmap. Let's assume we had a bitmap. Can I get a canvas from that? How do I draw on a canvas? Ready to draw. Two shaded. No. Okay, can I create a canvas and pass it a bitmap to draw? And I can. Okay. Okay. Just choose a mode. Draw bitmap should convert. Oh, you don't think it'll matter? Maybe not. You might be right. What I was thinking there was, since everything takes a canvas already, something at this layer could create a canvas from a bitmap, but okay, maybe not. But okay, so hang on. So if we had a bitmap though, we would construct a bitmap. We would construct a bitmap here, sorry, we would construct a bitmap here, and so yeah, we would construct a bitmap here, and we would draw it. Now the width and the height is interesting because we have the width and the height here, but that won't work for viewports. Well, it won't work for viewports if you don't want to redraw every time you drag around, but maybe that's not a bad idea. You should have an overlay that takes width and height from the docker. There should also be an overload. An overload of what? An overload of... There's an overload of SK bitmap that takes a width and height. I just need to make a factory for them. Yeah, no, that's the one I was using in here. I saw that. Yeah. Oh, I see what you're saying. It only takes width and height. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, okay. So, all right, that's cool. So I need a factory. I need an I bitmap factory, which is a bitmap factory, which I would like to create a ton of fields, and I will create a file in a new file. Do I have... Where are my factories? They're in drawing. Bitmap factory. Go to there. Are these in a namespace? No, they just should be. Okay, so we can go var bitmap equals bitmap factory dot create bitmap for width and height, and then we render. Then we go. Oh no, I need a canvas factory. Wait, I've already got a canvas factory, don't I? How does this work? No, this calls it directly. Aha. Well, no reason that can't be an IK. Oh, that's a wrapper. Okay, that's fine. We'll have a canvas factory. Maybe the bitmap factory can get me my canvas. Yeah, why not? Think about viewports and optimization separately. With viewports, you'll end up having 4+ of these bitmaps as buffers, and you'll only redraw when you scroll beyond the buffer. Yeah, that's true. If I did it that way, that's true. Yeah, I mean, you can also do smart things like pre-drawing. Yeah. So bitmap factory dot. I probably should have a canvas factory, but I don't care. Okay, so then we draw. So this is an I canvas. Then we draw to our canvas. Now we need to save. So we'll just go. This is an I bitmap. Now we need private dictionary. No. Dictionary of layer renderer to bitmap to bitmap buffer. Ooh. So if render is dirty, or bitmap buffer contains key renderer, we do that. Equals bitmap, and then we draw the bitmap buffer renderer, and that might be it. Starting diagnostic session. Oh yes, did you just join and wondered why it says that? Yeah, we I did a performance profiling, and well, we're still waiting. I'm not sure when that was, but we decided to give up on it. Things got slow. Okay, let's create an bitmap. Visual Studio. So if I use IntelliSense to create a class, it's going to be in the wrong folder. If I create it in the right folder, it's going to have the wrong namespace. And it's going to be slow. Oh dear. And it's not a thing. Okay. Starting diagnostic session. No capital D and no capital S. Oh, you're heading off, Marcus. I only just saw. Sorry. Thank you. Hello. Thank you for joining me. All right. Bitmap factory. Yep. Create a canvas. Ugly, terrible, leaky abstraction. That works. What's wrong with this? That's already taken. So we're going to go layout canvas. This we want to. Yep. And can I convert iBitmap to iBitmap? Oh, did you autocomplete, you silly thing? You did. Okay, and then draw image. I don't know. What does draw image take? I'm guessing it takes an X and a Y. Oh, it takes an image. Oh no. What? Oh, draw bitmap. I wonder if image is a better choice. Yeah, X and Y. I want to paint. I'm guessing that's for shaders. All right, let's call it draw bitmap. And why not? Cool. All right, so that should work. Now we just have to fix all of the compile errors. Like the using directive. Okay, let's start. So diagnostics is always dirty. Oh, let's get rid of these. Clean up this rubbish. It's dirty. I'm liking maybe the idea of cacheable renderer now, because there's no reason to store these buffers if it's always going to be dirty. And there's no reason to save and restore the matrices, which I don't know if that matters, but there just isn't. I guess the render layer draw time should come in here because we don't want to measure the time to blit them. Yeah, maybe we want to have only some that cache, because really it's tracks and happiness. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. All right, so put a bool cacheable on it. Yeah, I could put a bool cacheable on it. I'm just kind of lazy and don't want to add in a billion things. I could make is dirty nullable, but that's not very nice. Oh, yeah, do I do cacheable? All right, yeah, okay, fine. We'll do cacheable. Because I guess it would only be a marker interface, wouldn't it? No, it would have it. No, actually, I do. No, because it would have his dirty on it. Yeah, let's do it. Why not? What's another interface between friends? Is this going to break? Wait a minute. Is this going to break DI? Yeah, it just means I cacheable can't inherit from I. Ooh, null is dirty as it is so dirty. Null is null. Yes, no, this is going to be annoying with DI because I can't have iCacheable layer render inherit from my layer renderer, or those types will start exporting unless I specify both interfaces, but that's not obvious. And if I don't do that, then I need to cast. No, all right, yeah, casting's not bad. All right, I want a class that's an interface. iCache layer renderer. No. Cacheable? Sure. This doesn't have visibility. Curse you. I don't wanna. If renderer is an iCacheable thing, cacheable layer, cacheable, and it's dirty. Yeah. Oh wait, no. I can't do this nicely anyway. Wait a minute. Okay. No, I don't want an else there. I want that there. And otherwise, I just want to do this, but it goes to the real canvas, and we need to tighten it, which this code is ugly. But if we had cacheable as a boolean, the code would be just as ugly. How do we do this? Render, call that. No, but then we want to call that. Yeah, I mean, I could separate that out, I guess, into a local function. Let's do that. There's at least less repeating now. Create a bitmap, create a canvas, store it. Oh, and see, now I need to do this too. If we have a thingy, then we want to let's do this with the try get value. I really should dispose this sucker. Else we're gonna be leaking stuff. Couldn't you bitmap every time it's dirty, just clear it? Yeah, I mean, I guess that solves the disposal problem. Alright, let me hang on before I forget. We have an agreement. As reluctantly as I'm want to do this. The dirty. Can I at least call it the? Do I have your permission to add the to my trains? Let me know in the chat if you don't like that. Okay, thank you very much. That makes me slightly happier. 10 o'clock, diagnostic session, still going. Do we clear a bit? See, the thing is, I need to create a canvas to clear it. Yeah, no, okay, fair enough. Or you can just do this. That makes sense, right? And so this, oh, do I want to clip and translate this one? Yeah, I kind of need to. Interesting, interesting, interesting. You missed one from Scott. You missed the knot. Yes, I did. Did Scott? Oh, you named a train starting diagnostic session. Oh, I didn't see that. I thought you were just saying it. Oh, it's a terrible name for a train. I can't even put a "the" in front of it. Oh, what are you doing to me? I have veto power. Do I? Do I? I don't know. There's no contract. I tell you what. I tell you what. We'll compromise. There you go. We'll compromise. Oh dear. Excuse me. Okay. Saving and restoring makes sense for this. No, it doesn't make sense for that anymore. It makes sense. Oh no, it still does because they might be called here. Okay, so this just goes. Okay, no, that's okay. So this goes into render layer. So render layer, we do this. We do this. Oh, I can't do that. Oh, this is such a pain. I can get rid of the clip. I probably can. It doesn't do nothing. It ensures that no one draws outside of its bounds. I don't know how big the canvas that the WPF event gives me. I probably can get rid of the clip. But I need to clear. I don't need to clear up there. Yeah, all right. Yeah, well, this one, okay, fair enough. I can get rid of that. This one, actually, I don't want to do that because I'm doing it when I paint the bitmap. So I don't want to do that. And actually, I don't want to clear the canvas either. Ah, here's the problem. I don't want to clear the canvas. Or at least not with white. I want to clear it with with transparent. Is there an overload that takes nothing? Yeah, empty. Okay. Right. Okay. Alright, so I need an empty color here. Oh no, there's a colors class. Public static red only color empty equals new color empty. Remember when you created the bitmap, check it isn't filled opaque. Yeah, well, I haven't created one yet, but we'll get there. Okay, so that stays game. This I want to clear with colors.empty, and in here I don't want to do that because I'm guessing empty doesn't. I want to go color switch that color is empty. Empty. I love switch expressions. Why didn't that work? A constant value is expected. Take that, constant value. What, out of curiosity, what is this? Where's my static constructor? Oh, it's a struct. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Ah, dear. All right. Cool. Cool. Clear the layer. Makes sense. Create the bitmap. Makes sense. Yeah, alpha. That makes sense. To clear. Yeah, it's basically clearing it with transparent, as I said. Okay, so this should work. Now we need to implement this. Where'd you go? Draw bitmap. Draw bitmap. Oh, I've just realized now my Blazor code doesn't compile anymore. Canvas. Sphere. Cool. I need a bitmap. Whoops. I need a bitmap factory. And I need a bitmap sphere. This. I'm just gonna cast this, right? I think that's how I do it. Why didn't that work? Oh, let's break it. Is that how I do it down here somewhere? Yeah, path wrapper. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Oh, should this be called an iBitmap wrapper? Never mind. All right, so we need an iBitmap factory. Which implements iBitmap factory. And we go right, and we create a canvas. Here's a new canvas from our bitmap. I should dispose my canvas as well. What's wrong with this? Can I convert a canvas to a canvas? No, that's right. That's a canvas wrapper. And what does a canvas take? A canvas. Okay. New canvas. Cool. And this one... Oh, I need a bitmap wrapper. I do need a bitmap wrapper. No. Channel. New bitmap wrapper. Okay. Do that. No, I don't want to do that. And then I guess I need a bitmap. Bitmap. Do you know how many times you have to say bitmap before it starts losing all of its meaning? Type owns disposable fields, but it's not disposable. It's true. It's not. Now it is. I want to implement it through bitmap. Okay, so back to our game. I'm not disposing this anymore. Okay. Create a canvas. I really should dispose the canvas, I think. I feel like that's important. You should compile now. Cool. Using directives. Always using directives. implement. Why don't you offer to implement it through SK Canvas? Is this? Yeah, disposable. Ah, there we go. Cool. That does that. Yep. All right. Var cool. Avoid empty interfaces. Oh. Worry about that later. Okay, does it build? If it builds and it runs, then I'm happy. And then we just add in the caching, which means we need events. So that'll be interesting. Code special a new canvas wrapper for all instances are out of scope. No, I don't want to. I guess I should. No, actually, I don't want to. I don't want to dispose on the canvas. I was given it. Okay, so this works. Cool, but doesn't cache anything. So now we go to our track layout renderer and we say, I am an cacheable layer renderer. We implement its interface. Create a field. All right, so gameboard dot tracks changed. Oh, I've just also realized I'm never clearing the dirty flag. I guess after render. Makes sense. All right, so we go and put this on game board, which is an event handler tracks changed. I would like to get rid of this event eventually. I would love for this to be automatic, but what that needs is this layer system that's in here needs to also be in here. But there are other ideas for what to do with that layer system. So we create an event. Cool. And now this dot tracks change invoke. This command belongs dot empty. Oh, don't have this. There. Okay. Let's do this at the end. That's cool. We are doing this at the end as well. Oh, this is where the layer renderer could just implement iStorage and just set itself to dirty when the write tracks method is called. I mean, you could just rename the iStorage thing to iTrackWatcher. And that would actually work and would technically not be a leaky abstraction. It would be disgusting, but technically not a leaky abstraction. Hook up the storage to the event. You could do that, but nothing's going to create an instance of the storage unless it gets injected into something. So all of this hangs off, like the main page creates a game which creates everything. So just having storage sitting out there implementing an interface doesn't help. Okay, now we see if this works, which it won't because this is wrong. Dirty, that's dirty equals true. Yeah, stop building, it's not going to work. All right, will this draw any tracks? And will they look good? And if they do, I'll be absolutely shocked. But it might work. And actually, the really nice thing is we'll see the diagnostic. If it works, the diagnostics value for how long tracks took to render will only change when I add a track, and that'll be cool. I'm guessing this has thrown an exception. It's hard to know how long this is going to take because it is still starting my diagnostic session. It's got to be a null ref somewhere, or like an invalid cast of canvas or bitmap or something. It's got to be. Unable to cast. There you go. Bitmap. Oh yes, right. I didn't fix up my rendering extensions. That makes sense. I meant to do that. I just forgot. This now needs to be a bitmap wrapper dot bitmap. There we are. Okay. Come on, trains. How lucky do you think I am? And is it lucky enough to get a buffer working? I'm going to go with no, because I don't see any tracks. Yep, definitely don't see any tracks. Okay, clear all. Let's do some debugging. All right, where are we going to do this? We're going to put a breakpoint there. We're going to put a breakpoint here. And we're going to put a breakpoint here. Should have put one there. Oh, hello. Okay. It's not dirty, but we don't have a buffer. So we create one. We render to our canvas. Oh, this is where I would love to like be able to hover here and see what the canvas contains. We save our buffer. Bitmap. We dispose of our canvas, which maybe is the wrong thing to do. Wait, did that? Oh, I'm in release. God damn it. I was going to say, did that not get rendered? But it did. I just am in release. Let's try again. Okay. So we don't have a buffer, so I mean bitmaps, we get one. We render, which does nothing, so it's dirty to false. Render our layer to the canvas. Draw our bitmap to the real canvas at 0, 0. So the canvas, cool. Excuse me. Now this shouldn't step in. Okay, so I'm going to move this bitmap to here. So this could just be that I'm not drawing properly, which is annoying, so it's going to be the hardest one to debug. Track. We set dirty to true. We come in here and we render again. That's annoying. That's the worst type of thing to debug. Excuse me. Now I need to work out why this canvas has nothing in it. That device clip bounds doesn't look good. That clip bounds doesn't look good at all. What is that bitmap? It might be a method to save a bitmap, maybe. Yeah, its bytes is 0. That doesn't look good. Color space and color table is nothing. Okay, hang on. What's our width and height? Was it 0 when I did that? Let's. Oh, hang on. I can just have a look here, can't I? What's our width and height? Yeah, it's 0. Okay, so let's create a bitmap now. Hey! It works. And so if I turn on diagnostics, our track's draw time was 54 seconds because I'm debugging, but it's not changing, which is awesome, which means it's not being drawn. And this now. Get rid of this, get rid of this. 59, 54, 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Yes, this is great. This is really nice. Interestingly, will this actually look at SK surface and SK surface.create? Oh, is it better to create a surface than a canvas, you reckon? Than a bitmap? Interestingly, in theory, this won't actually help the feeling of slowness, because the feeling of slowness comes when you draw the tracks, but we're still drawing all the tracks when you see like this. Oh, I'm outside my clip. Oh, there's a bug. That's very interesting. Oh wow, and look at that. Those tracks don't look nice either. So the bitmap's not high enough quality. Yeah, actually, now that I think about it, I mean, it's still better that we're saving. Yeah, it's still down to 4 seconds rather than any longer. But I wonder if the next step, and actually this is not a bad idea, there's no reason to draw the tracks on the render loop, render loop. We could just draw them straight away. Which, yeah, we could even draw them on the UI thread, which might not be the best idea, but would be faster. But this does feel, well, it's a little bit better to use, but it's actually not much. Because, yeah, when you're dragging around, it's still drawing all the tracks. You would have to get really smart and only dirty a portion of the canvas, which might be possible. It might be possible because we do have the iCacheable layer renderer. So that could have a separate render method that says, okay, do you want me to clear first? And if so, do what you want, or otherwise is additive. How you remove tracks is interesting, but yeah, we could maybe think about that. But yeah, the quality is terrible. So that default constructor on a bitmap is not good. So you reckon SK canvas, SK surface, sorry. What's an SK surface? Oh, so hang on. First of all, is there a static create method? No. From image. Okay. Canvas. No. So what's a surface? Take. Image info, which we can't get. Pixmap we can't get. Image info, yeah, see. No. Yeah, that's not good. But we could just do this here maybe. And go SK color type. And just pick a good one. Like 32-bit RGBA, 10 bits per color, that's a lot. I don't really need that many. 8 bits per color, that sounds fine. Well, no, actually, no, let's include alpha and then it'll do some anti-aliasing. And then alpha type is... all pixels have pre-multiplied in their color compartments. This is a natural format for rendering target pixels. Okay. Let's see if that does anything. RGBA 8888. Is that, well, 10's better than 8. Yeah, it depends how good Skier is at... you said it would translate on draw, so we'll find out. Oh, I gotta fix that bug. Okay, so wait, where's width? Yeah, so hang on. If width equals 0, y equals 0, return. Let's do that, shall we? Oh, I've just worked out the problem is set size. We now need to clear our bitmap buffers. Whoa, there's so many tracks. There's even those two. So that works. It still looks terrible though. Which is not, and I mean, color, except for the anti-aliasing, color wouldn't affect that, but resolution would. Let's try 888. Where are we? No, bitmap. 888A. This one. Look at the draw time. Okay, I will. Fine then. I didn't even look. It's probably good, but yeah, I mean, it doesn't hurt getting draw time down. Yeah, 5 milliseconds. Nice. For 10-bit, it was 12 milliseconds. Oh, was it? Oh, there we go. Oh, and those, yeah, those curves look much better. Oh, actually, I mean, they're okay. They're not ideal. And is it just me? Or is this plank wider than this plank? Yeah, it's not just me. And like, yeah, they look, well, now I've zoomed in, I've no idea what's making them look crappy, but that's alright, that'll do. What's frustrating about it is it doesn't solve the problem of how slow that is. Because yeah, we haven't done anything to improve the track drawing time. We've just made it. Do I need to defer it? Wait, would it? No, it wouldn't be happening on the UI thread. Why is the UI thread skipping? Ah, hang on a minute. That's a better question. Maybe that's a better question. There was something else I wanted to do here before I forgot. Oh yes. I want to here. I want to for each bitmap in other dots values. Oh, yeah, I'll add that back, and then clear that sucker. All right, so you can be disposable, and hello. Oh, wrong character. And thank you, dog. Oh, don't care about that one. Non-nullable event. I forgot that. Events. It should be that. Oh, and is that now going to not match the interface? Do I have to make that nullable? I don't even know. Where's my bitmap wrapper? Oh, I already did this first one. Okay, cool. All right, so let's see if we can resize them now. Yeah, the alpha, the definitely looks odd. I really would like to get. I think the image info. Well, I'm assuming the image info would help. Maybe I'll see what other parameters there are. Yeah, so now I can. Yeah, see now I can draw out here, and it is faster, but it's still missing. It's still skipping over as I draw. But that is more likely a problem of the mouse events are presumably blocking, waiting for the UI. And that is objectively wrong. We do not want or need to do that. But that looks awesome. Yeah, that's cool. It's not leaving behind any it's not leaving behind any artifacts or anything. Oh, is it a little bit blue there? No, should be fine. So that's cool. Oh, well, that one's not cacheable actually. Interesting. All right. Bitmap wrapper. What else can we specify on here? Color type, allocation layer, image info. All right, let's have a look at image info. Color space. See, that's interesting that you can specify a color space there. Ooh, platform color. Alpha shift, blue shift. That's interesting. Platform color type. Current 32-bit. Yeah, all right. Yeah, that doesn't help us, but unless maybe we should try it. But what I don't know is the overloads that take an image info don't take a width and a height. But if this has a static property, how do I set the width and height on it? Like, there's no... That seems weird. Is it just me? That seems weird. I think that seems weird. Oh, really? I didn't even notice. Platform color type. Oh, you're right. It's not an image info. Thank you. Thank you. That's... Okay. Weird that would be on SK image info. Oh, I see. So you can pass in for the third color. Okay. Let's just have a look. Color type. That one. Alpha type. Primal. Oh, and color space. Yeah, I don't want to create a color space, I'm guessing. Yeah, no. Okay. So. Yeah, I probably should. So, the question is, what do we do? Because... Yeah, no, okay, no, this is better. It is objectively better to have buffering, I think. So let's just have a quick look then at the train delegate. We call execute on the thing. That, who calls that? Because we're not invalidating the canvas after preview mouse down. See, no one's invalidating after a mouse move. So why would it be drawing on the UI thread? Assuming it, well, oh no, it has to draw. No, what am I saying? Oh, what am I saying? It has to draw on the UI thread. Where else do you draw? Was your original canvas offset by 1? Yes. Yes, the canvas has always had this translate, and I'm not doing it here. Yes, that was because the grid, I think, it might be an artifact of Windows, but that starts at 0. Yeah, I think that might be why. I think it's just because the grid starts at 0 and it was off the screen. But oh, we can see what it's like without it. Yeah, so no, okay, we have to do the drawing off the UI thread. That makes sense. But now we don't for the tracks. In theory, so we could kick off the drawing on a background thread, but oh, then we get into threading issues. That looks a little bit better without the 1-1, I think. Yeah, I reckon it probably does. You know what? I think that's good enough. Whoa, not what I meant to do. I think that's good enough. I think it looks fine. Especially once we add grass and water. It's going to look lovely. I was thinking about getting rid of the grid too. I was thinking about turning the grid off. Happiness is quick. Don't need to worry about happiness. It really is just the corner tracks, isn't it? Oops. Do the entire thing onto a background back buffer, then only do a single draw bitmap on the UI. I could do that. I could totally do that. I wonder if it's worth it. I mean, look at those times. Like, this is minus 100. Like, these are tiny little draw times. And that is measuring the draw time of the actual drawing. So the blitting can only add, right? Swap chains. Yeah, I don't know that it's worth it. I really think it's just the curves of the tracks, and it's just Skia doing its matrix stuff, which is odd because I thought, like when Matthew was in here, I thought he'd said that was cheap, but I guess there's cheap and then there's cheap. Yeah, swap between them. Yeah, what? So we have a timer every 32 milliseconds that draws, and then 32 milliseconds offset that swaps, or I don't know. Yeah, I mean, threading and doing stuff on the background is an interesting thing. The other question, I guess, that having events and tracks brings up is, you know, that idea of immutability. If you draw everything to a back buffer on a background thread, then when something changes, you just stop any current render pipeline that's in process, start a new one, and then the actual render loop just says, give me the latest buffer. Okay. So we update all of the buffers on a background thread. On render signals the next UI redraw to swap and waits for a fence before continuing. Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, swapping. I don't know. Yeah, I have to think about. I don't know. Right now, I'm sitting here. I'm sure you can explain it to me, but I don't know why swapping is important. If you're doing all of your background, if you're doing all your drawing in the background, and you update, you have a system whereby you only send up buffers when they're finished. Yeah, I don't know what benefit swapping gets, but I mean, that's pretty fast. And I guess actually no, so even hitbox, which constantly moves, yeah, that works because it's not cacheable. Cool. Oh, well, there you go. I wrote some code. Who would have thought? Whew, so fast. Love it. All right, let's check it in. We'll get rid of that. Oh, this code is so ugly. Why do I keep writing ugly code? Oh dear. Yeah, I mean, I could render it all to a bitmap, couldn't I? I rendered it all to a bitmap. Saves the final redraw onto the UI canvas. You just repoint the UI to read directly from the swap buffer. Yes, but I'm not. Yeah, well, I was going to say let's not do that because I'm not pointing UIs at buffers. I'm just responding to a hey, draw on this canvas, please. So I need to draw an image, whether I draw one from a saved buffer or the last good buffer or whatever, or swap buffers, I don't think matters. But yes, for what you're talking about with buffers, that makes sense. Close. Oh no, I don't want to cancel that. Should I just leave this till tomorrow and see what happens? I want to fix this. I'm pretty sure if I dispose this, we're going to have a bad time. Because if you're given a canvas by someone, you don't want to dispose it. The problem is, because canvas wrapper is disposable, it doesn't know that it's just implemented through canvas. Yeah, so there's not going to be a way around this. I will just suppress it. There we are. No warnings, no errors. Lovely. Clear all filters. That did nothing. Yeah, maybe I'll just leave that running. Anyone else do anything? Oh, I don't know why I looked there. Oh no, that's OBS. I thought it was using the GPU to do something. Yeah, I don't know that it's doing anything there. I think it might have stopped. Starting diagnostic session is before it even starts capturing data. Stopping. That's yeah, I don't know. I haven't used it in a while. You're probably right. That's a very interesting thing. You might be right. You might be waiting for. We'll cancel it. There we go. So okay, hang on. Well, let's try this again then quickly, and maybe there'll be something to look into for the next stream. So if I start it, yes, starting a diagnostic session. So do I just need to leave it open until this finishes? Maybe I was too quick because I'm not performance analyzing for long. No, so there we go. That did something. I can't remember if that did something last time. All right, let's draw some trains. Some tracks, I mean. Let's draw some tracks. Oh, that's a nice looking track. Look at that. That's cool. It's nice and fast. Do I need to hit this button? I don't, right? I think this is better. Hit stop collection before closing. Okay. Yeah, stopping. All right, now we'll close. Oh, it thought about it for a second. Okay, that's better. All right, so we got some stuff now. Before I forget, let's. Why? I don't want you over there. You should go over there. And you should. That not be pinned. Okay. UI kernel. Top functions. WPF graphics core. Excellent. libsgear sharp. Yep. Wonderful output there. Clearly actionable feedback from me. For me, I should say. I guess I should turn on just my code. If I knew how to do that. The tool is now responding to messages. Okay, thanks. Okay, hang on, how do I go back? Can I turn on just my code? Filter. Hey, don't show external code. It just shows the word external code. Oh dear. Okay. Show the hot path. On render. Yeah, rendering. Great. Thanks. I want more detail. Paint surface. Render. Draw bitmap. That's surprising. Oh, I'm bloody analyzing the wrong thing anyway. I should put back the old code before I do this. Oh dear. Yeah, okay. This is not going to be helpful, is it? Yeah, if draw bitmap is 30%, that makes sense because I wasn't drawing tracks for long. Okay, we need to do this again. So don't save that. Let's do this again. Track. Yeah, that's great. It doesn't show it to you. It doesn't remove it either. So now the cool thing is I can do this. How cool is that? I just go iCacheable layer renderer, comment it out, and now we have drawing every time. It's so cool. All right, let's try this again. Maybe it's just that first run. It isn't happy. It's probably a bug. Oh, it's 10:45. I gotta go to bed. All right. Draw tracks. Draw more tracks. Draw tracks. Stop. Glue. Whoa, come back. Alright. It's still all libscare sharp. Finalize. What? Trains app constructor. No. Expand the hot path, please. On render, on main surface, render layer. Yeah, track layout renderer. That's what I expected. And it is render contract. So this, okay, so this matches what you saw, Scott, in your thing. 11% of total time rendering corner tracks and 8% straight tracks. So, oh, that's interesting. I was wrong. It's the drawing of the path, not the rotate. Okay, so rotating and stuff is cheap. But look at that, 10%. It goes straight into the native code. There's really nothing I can do about that then, is there? Because, what does that button do? Source information is not available. Yeah, well, that's what I was expecting. The rotating, yes, it should just be math, so it should be fast. But I just assumed because rotated tracks were slower than straight tracks, that wasn't true. But yeah, if that's native, then the only thing I guess that could be different. No, this still uses a path. Just thinking is if straight tracks, like if paths are slower than drawing direct, but I don't think arc. I think arc is only on a path. Yeah, yeah, there's not really much I can do about that when it's all inside skier. And I'm happy with our optimization. So let's just put this back before we forget. All right, so we did a bunch of things. We broke Blazor, but cool. We have buffered drawing. I like it. Bitmap and canvas for each track type. Well, I mean, sprites is the obvious next thing, but I really like the procedural stuff. Oh, this will have broken that too. Oh, this will be a bug. I might get rid of that configuration screen. Yeah, see now my grids increase, but my tracks don't. And if I put a train down, this train is there. Yeah, maybe I could probably just get rid of this whole configuration thing. It's but then if I don't have that, do I need procedural graphics? I don't know. Yeah, they just need to call it. No, yeah, yes, they do, but there's no, like, they need, where are we? Track parameters. It means every one of these now has to call an event, which means they can't be auto properties anymore, and who can be bothered? Who can be bothered? Yeah, unless I do it really dodgy. Well, actually, no, you know what? If I implement iNotify property changed on here, then I think the skier view will get better because the numbers will actually change. Maybe I should leave it. Anyway, that can be for another day. Draw tracks to a buffer if they haven't changed. And commit. And push. And a release shall be made. Actually, we should have had one while we were waiting. Excuse me. 1.30. There's an exe. Trains. Yay, it has a proper name. Yay! I'm guessing my wife's movie's finished because now I can download it at a reasonable speed. I've said too much. Keep. This screen is annoying. I much prefer Chrome's screen where it doesn't pop up that extra thing. Oh, do we got to look into certificates? How do we get this to look nice on Windows and not show this screen? Yeah, well, strong name is easy. Signing certificates. Can you do them within my budget? Note, my budget is $0. Yeah, see, that's definitely the slow one. Okay, so the double buffering is faster. But, yeah, it might be worth doing... It might be worth doing only drawing changes. It's probably not that hard. Maybe cacheable layers need to be... Maybe they need to store their own bitmap. I have to think about that. I mean, I guess every layer could give back a bitmap. And then the caching is just an implementation detail of that layer. That could work as well. The game doesn't actually need to do anything. Yeah, I have to think about that. Signing certs for $0 is what I want. I think there's a some certificate authority that gives Microsoft MVPs free certs, so I might be able to. Sometimes the deals that are available to MVPs are also available to employees, so maybe I can swindle that. I don't know if that makes trains properties of Microsoft, but well, I'm developing on Microsoft hardware, so there you go. All right, I'm gonna call it there. Thank you for hanging out, and yeah, let me know if you download and run the program at all. I promise there's no telemetry in there, but let me know. I'd be really curious. Hit me up on Twitter, create an issue on the GitHub, I don't know what, but let me know somehow. My DMs are open on Twitter if you want to DM me. Or join our Discord, where me and Scott and one other person sometimes talk about trains. Telemetry by the honor system. Exactly. Self-reported telemetry is the best telemetry. Send me a carrier pigeon. Send me an owl. It works. I love this. I'm so happy that this works. Except that I'm ashamed of the UI. But apart from that, I'm really happy. All right, cool. Thank you all. See you next time. Stay safe. Be good.